Last night on this show, we told you about what may be the single most extreme and disruptive piece of legislation ever to gain widespread support in the Congress in the history of this country. It's called the New Way Forward Act. It's before Congress right now and has been for almost 2 months. And yet so far, it has been essentially ignored by the country's major media outlets, which are either too embarrassed of it or too ignorant to cover it. That's a disservice to you because it's nearly impossible to describe just how radical this bill is. If passed, it would remake our immigration system for the express purpose of helping foreign-born criminals live here. The bill would allow people who've committed serious felonies in other countries to move to the United States legally. It would make it nearly impossible for federal immigration officials to detain immigrants, no matter how potentially dangerous they are. And perhaps most infuriatingly and remarkably, it would require taxpayers to transport deported criminals back into the United States. In other words, you break our laws, you hurt our people, we'll send you a plane ticket. We'll pay for you to come back.
So, hello pursuers of truth and haters of hypocrisy, and welcome to the Humbug Lefty channel, where we understand that most Americans are too busy to sort through all the half-truth reporting that goes on out there. My job as your hypocrisy-hunting host, the Humbugger, is to reveal the facts that most media outlets appear to ignore. So, if you're hungry for the rest of the story about the current events that you care about most, please hit the subscribe and notification button below. If you like the video, please hit the like and share button. It's the best way to support our channel. Now, we will go into what Tucker Carlson was talking about, because it was almost so unbelievable that I had to look up the bill myself. So what I decided to do is I'm going to place the bill up on the screen, and I'm going to discuss what it actually means. Because when I spoke to a few friends of mine about this, they couldn't believe it either. So what I'm about to show you is actually going to bug you out. This is the actual bill, H.R. 5383. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how well you can actually see this because it's looking a little blurry on my screen, but I'm going to try and help you out as best as I can. As you can see that is the 116th Congress, first section, H.R. 5383, to reform the process for enforcing the immigration laws of the United States and for other purposes. Other purposes, that's the problem. And I'm going to get a little deeper into this because I could not believe when Tucker Carlson brought this up that what he was saying was actually true. So I want to make sure that my audience knows that everything on Fox News is not always propaganda, as the far left would have you believe. This bill is several pages long, so I'm not going to go through every page of the bill, but I'm going to try to highlight on what Tucker Carlson was talking about. And I'm also going to play clips from the Democrats' press conference, I guess when the bill was first introduced in the House back in December. But while they have the whole world focused on Trump, 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 and what Trump said and what Trump has tweeted, what they're doing is sleight of hand, the smokescreen diversion. While they got you focused on Trump, they're doing these secret things that you can't even imagine behind your back.
The bill would allow people who've committed serious felonies in other countries to move to the United States legally.
Now, if you were talking to your far left liberal friends about something like this, you would say, or they would say, there's no way our elected leaders would do something like that to allow people who have committed serious felonies or crimes in other countries to come here to these United States to possibly commit more crimes. I mean, I can't say that someone has reformed or they haven't reformed, but I'm about to show you this in black and white. Here it comes. Okay, what we have here is page 3, line 13 through 18. Line 13, Section 102, Procedures for Detaining Aliens, Custody and Bond Determinations. Sections 236 of the Immigration and Nationality Act. 8 U.S.C. 1226 is amended by striking subsections A through C and inserting the following. Let me show you what they erase. I decided to go to section 236 and let me show you what it says. Okay, here's the law as written. 1226, apprehension and detention of aliens. On a warrant issued by the Attorney General, an alien may be arrested and detained pending a decision on whether the alien is to be removed from the United States, except as provided in subsection C. And pending such decision, the Attorney General, he may continue to detain the arrested alien. He has to have a bond of at least $1,500. But under subsection C, remember, they got rid of A through C. And C, it says, the Attorney General shall take into custody any alien who is inadmissible by reason of having committed any offense covered under Section 1182, which we will go into next, is deportable by reason of having committed any offense covered in Section 1227. Is deportable under Section 1227 of this title based on an offense for which the alien has been sentenced to a term of imprisonment of at least 1 year, or is inadmissible under Section 1182 of this title, deportable under 1227 of this title, when the alien is released without regard to whether the alien is released on parole, supervised release, or probation, and without regard to whether the alien may be arrested or imprisoned again for the same offense. Yeah, people, I think this is the most bizarre bill that's ever been written in my life. On pay, or that at least I've ever read. It's not like I go around reading bills every day, but in the craziness that's going on in our nation right now, it's something that I think all of us as Americans should be doing. Like page 5, there's a presumption of release. Basically, what that means is that the immigration judge, once the illegal alien goes up and has his hearing, he has a presumption to release him unless the government can rebut and have clear and convincing evidence of why that illegal alien should be detained. And if that alien is released into our country, they are to be released under the least restrictive conditions required. That's on page 6, line 1 and 2. Then you have bond determination, and that's considered to be on the alien's financial resources and ability to pay the bond without imposing financial hardship on the alien. Most aliens coming across here don't have very much money, so I would say that it's probably like how they do in New York, no bond. Possibly. Let's see. And there's a special rule for vulnerable persons on page 7, line 8, the definitions of vulnerable people. In this subsection, the term vulnerable person means an individual who is under 21 years of age or over 60, is pregnant. Oh, here's a big one. They identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or intersex. Now, what if one of our criminals came here and they went up to the judge and they said, "Hey, Your Honor, I'm a vulnerable person. Please don't lock me up because I'm gay." You can't even prove if a person is gay or not. I mean, what are they going to do? Put cameras in their bedrooms? I mean, I'm sure that the government would love to do something like that. But, for all intents and purposes, thank God we still have the 4th Amendment of the Constitution, although the far left would like to destroy that too. But those are for United States citizens, not illegal aliens.
The bill would allow people who've committed serious felonies in other countries to move to the United States legally. It would make it nearly impossible for federal immigration officials to detain immigrants, no matter how potentially dangerous they are.
Hard to believe, Tucker? Well, page 16, line 14. Limit criminal system to removal pipeline. Inadmissibility based on criminal-related grounds of the Immigration and Nationality Act. So, yes, they will release criminals into your neighborhood. We can go page 17. Deportability based on criminal offenses is amended by striking certain clauses. It's all in this bill. It's all there. It's all there for you to find and see. Section 302, line 14, page 17, aggravated felony. In the matter preceding paragraph A, by striking means and inserting means, a felony for which a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years was imposed. So, if this guy had a really slick lawyer, but he sold a lot of drugs, or he killed someone, there are people who actually kill and beat people up and run people over and get less than 5 years. But that'll be okay. Let's see. I mean, yep, there it is right there talking about particularly serious crime. For purposes of this clause, only an alien who has been convicted of an aggravated felony for which a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years was imposed shall be considered to have been convicted of a particularly serious crime. In other words, if he gets convicted of a serious crime, but he doesn't serve the time associated with that crime, then he's not convicted of a serious crime. These people are, I don't know what's on their mind, but they are not for us regular American citizens. So we can see the facts on the paper in the bill, or we can just listen to what they have to say.
This is not a radical project. It would end mandatory immigration detention, end the automatic pipeline to deportation through the criminal justice system. It would end deportation for people who have had contact with the criminal legal system. It would end the practices of local police engaging in immigration enforcement and the increased ever-policing of communities of color.
And you ask, how can they do this? By putting this in the bill. The officers and employees of any state or any political subdivision of a state are prohibited from performing the function of an immigration officer in relation to the investigation, apprehension, transport, or detention of aliens in the United States, or otherwise assist in the performance of such functions. In other words, the police can't help you. So, there's no help from your local law enforcement. So basically, if they pick up an immigrant, they did it on their own. And they'll probably get in a lot of trouble for it. It also says federal, state, and local law enforcement officials are prohibited from entering into the National Crime Information Center database or its incorporated criminal history databases information that relates to an alien's immigration status, the existence of a prior removal, deportation, or voluntary departure order entered against an alien, or any allegations of civil violations of the immigration laws. In the clincher, any information described in this paragraph that is in the National Crime Information Center database shall be removed from such database not later than 90 days after the enactment of the New Way Forward Act. New Way Forward for illegal criminal aliens, new wave backwards for us American citizens. Well, there you have it. If you find this video interesting, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Please share this information with everyone that you can, because this is what the sleight of hand is. This is how these people are bugging out. And this is the Humbugger, and I'm signing out. This is the bug I put in your ear. So pass it on. Subscribe, like, and share.